HYPEBEAST! Not really sure how I feel about this. Hey guys, it's your boy Joel. I'm back here with a new video all about sneaker culture and hypebeast because I read an article yesterday and I was like, you know what, I want to make a video about that, so that's what I'm going to do. If you do like this video and you haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn the bell on for notifications so you know when I bring out a new video. Sometimes that are giveaways, sometimes that are discounts that only last whilst that video is live, like the Broke Boys episode that I did the other day. The tracksuit bottoms in that video were all marked down up until midnight that night, so you had to kind of be in there to get that price. So yeah, definitely turn on the bell for notifications and let's get into this video. So I read an article on HYPEBEAST yesterday called "Has Sneaker Hype Gone Too Far?" which is really interesting considering HYPEBEAST is the generator of hype. So it's like from the horse's mouth, suggesting that it has gone too far and that the whole sneaker culture thing is a bit of a joke right now, which I completely agree with. You know, I didn't enjoy spending 3 hours stood outside Balenciaga. Yes, I may have been watching RuPaul's Drag Race on my phone and managed to get through 3 episodes, but I did not enjoy spending 3 hours at 7 AM waiting to get a pair of trainers that were £700. Like, am I stupid? And I also don't enjoy when people ask me from now on, oh, nice sneakers, where did you get them? Or send me a message on Instagram being like, hey, where'd you get your Balenciaga sneakers from? And it's like, you can't get them because it's near damn impossible and you have to be absolutely crazy to do so. It isn't fun buying sneakers. And yes, I love my Balenciaga SS and I do wear them quite often, but not as much as I should have considering how much the price tag was. I want to open up the discussion, raise some points from this article, and let's talk it out in the comments below. I want to hear your guys' opinion on everything, because you guys love to give your opinion. So now is the chance to say what you feel and what's on your mind and talk about this little culture that we have going on. This article was written by Jason DK and I've actually met him a couple of times. He's a really nice guy and this is a great article, so shout out to him. The main stem of this article comes from the 10, so the OffWhite collaboration with Nike that was released recently. I myself have not been interested in these sneakers at all, which is really odd because I am a huge Off-White fan. Then again, I'm not a Nike fan. The only pair that I was considering getting were the Prestos, but even then I was like, I can't be arsed. Do you know how much of a stress it is to do all the online raffles, to enter all these things, like to win a chance to buy a pair of sneakers? Like, it is such a joke. And then you see everyone flexing them on Instagram for a couple of weeks and then it's gone and it's like... And to be honest, these ones are just Nike sneakers with air on the side or like with different words on the side, and it's like, meh. I personally haven't seen the hype in these themselves, but I do think they're an interesting reference point to talk about considering the sneaker culture at the moment. There was a time when there was no raffles, there was no entry system, there was no launch, you know, like end launches, there was no like system of pre-applying for a sneaker release. But ever since I can remember, I think the first pair of sneakers that I had to sign up for a raffle for were the Yeezy 350 Pirate Blacks, and I was so over the moon. I was like, this is crazy. And to be fair, the actual process of going into Foot Patrol down in central London was really easy. I just entered my name in a raffle, they called me up a few days later, I went in to purchase them and it was fine. But when you think about it, it's a really bad customer experience for anyone who doesn't actually receive or get the chance to win a pair of sneakers. I took so many L's after that, like I failed to get every other Yeezy. I actually bought a pair of V2s on resale for an extortionate amount, and now I don't even wear them. I bought the white V2s off my sister's boyfriend as well, and I hardly wear those as well. I did wear them when I first got them, but then after a while I just get a bit like, eh. And they just keep bringing out new colorways. And now I'm at the point where I'm lucky enough, like as a YouTuber, to be offered. So like I got an email offering me the V2s in grey, the ones that have just come out, along with the frosted yellow. I didn't get offered the frosted yellow, I got offered the grey ones. I mean, I didn't get offered them for free or anything, like I still had to buy them, but I did get offered the chance to buy them, and I was like, you know what, I'm not even going to wear them, I don't like them. I don't want to just get stuff to make a video about it. I would only get stuff that I really do like a lot and would want to wear. You buy things on a whim because you think you really like them, and then you get home and you're actually like, meh, maybe I didn't like these as much. Which is another point, like what do you guys think of YouTubers that make videos about pieces that they don't like? Because in my eyes, like, I'm not gonna waste my time or money buying something that I hate, because there's no point in that, and then to sell it on for an extortionate amount of money. Reselling is really not my vibe. I know that people do it and they make a lot of money off it, which is fine. That's great, like, good for them. I sell stuff on my own Depop and I don't really make a profit from it because I don't see the point. Like, I don't like the idea of making money off people's inability to buy something. But going forward, I'll probably just sell them for the price that I bought them for, because there's no point. Like, I'm gonna do a big sneaker sort out soon because I have loads of things that I just don't wear anymore, and I'm just gonna sell them for the price that I bought them because I don't want to make money off them. And how can you sell something on that's been worn for more money? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I know, like, the demand and stuff, I know how it works. I used to play Hello Hotel. So Nike actually offered an online draw which everyone entered, and then it was cancelled. And then said they would launch the shoes via the sneakers app, so SNKRS. But despite its positives, the app crashed under the weight of demand, leaving Nike to issue yet another statement citing the unprecedented level of demand. And they spoke, HYPEBEAST actually spoke to the creative and brand strategist from Nike, who explained that the main issue here is simple. The demand created by marketing hugely outweighed the number of pairs created, and Nike could have produced thousands of more pairs and no one would have been the wiser, and more consumers would have been happy. And HYPEBEAST have owned up to it, saying it's hard to ignore their own role as a site, saying HYPEBEAST has produced countless articles about drop dates, because that's where HYPEBEAST kind of sprung from. Like, you know, when are the sneakers coming out? Like, what are the rumors? Like, what's coming up? Like, it's always been the first to, like, drop that kind of. But then again, they did say that even though they create hype and create, you know, interest within a pair of sneakers or a collection or something, they have no control over how many pairs are produced, which is absolutely true. So it's kind of down to the brands to, they obviously want things to sell out because it looks better when things have sold out, because it's like, oh look, my collection's sold out because everybody wants it, and then people are like, oh damn, I can't get that, and everyone wants what they can't have. But again, this causes so much, like, stress, and it's like anything these days, and I think because it's the internet as well, it's like trying to buy gig tickets. My sister's FaceTiming me, Dolly, I can't. It's like trying to get gig tickets online. Like, it's damn near impossible these days. If you want to see a popular artist, like, it's just like copying sneakers, and it creates a lot of disappointment and a lot of anger, and you end up buying the thing that you wanted for a lot more money in the first place. This Paul Ruffles guy said, I don't think there's a real true understanding of appreciation of the level of demand being created around some shoes and the impact on the consumers. A lot of brands have become too distant or separated from what actually happens, and that's true. It's like constant queuing, aggressive queues, customer dissatisfaction, and not a single website can successfully handle the demand. And this is so true. The amount of websites or things that I've been on that have crashed, the Adidas or Yeezy supply websites just absolutely failing under the unanticipated demand. But in my head, it's like, you know that that shit's gonna sell out. Like, prepare yourselves. Why are you so incompetent? Do you know what I mean? He says, this is what gets me, he says, it's not fun buying shoes anymore. Buying sneakers now, currently, it's like dragging your balls over a street of broken glass and then dipping them in vinegar. And it's true. And then this creates an idea, it goes on to describe an idea in our heads being that something is only good if it's sold out or you can't get it, or it's like really, really expensive. And that is not true whatsoever. But this kind of beast that they've created leads us to believe that. It's like, oh damn, like, oh man, he got the 10 off-white, like, they're so good. And it's like, are they? In day-to-day life, like, in actual fact, where you choose to spend your money, like, the sneakers that I wear the most, I have a ridiculous amount of sneakers, and the sneakers that I wear the most are my Vans old school, my slip-on Vans. Did wear the Balenciaga sock sneakers for, I've worn them to hell and back, and they were like £300. They were a good investment, but they also weren't at the time the thing that you had to queue up for or whatever. Like, I just bought them, watched my video back in January, before they even jacked up the price, and then they became this kind of thing. So I feel like, in part, I guess people like me are somewhat responsible as well. I think my video for that pair of sneakers has nearly 100k views now, and it's like insane that amount of people have seen me unbox those sneakers. I also looked really gross in that video, so I'm not happy about that. Another pair of sneakers that I wear all the time are my off-white low tops. They're in my suitcase right now because I'm going up north right after I finish filming this. And not the ones I wear the most are not the most hyped items, are not the ones that have sold out, are not the ones that are really hard to get, because they're so of the moment that they don't have any longevity. I wear my Yeezy military boots more than I have done my Yeezy 350 Boost or anything like that. Doesn't mean that me myself are going to stop, you know, getting things that I actually like, but I've said this all the time, like I only get things I actually really like and want to wear. I know that I have a pair of 750 Wave Runners on the way from my friend in America, and I'm definitely going to review them, but that's because I love these sneakers and they're ugly and they're gross. And again, actually, these just got dropped online and it was really easy to buy them. There was no queue system or anything like that. And a lot of people actually fucking hate them, along with the Triple S as well, so that's absolutely fine. I prefer it when people hate my clothes because then less people want to buy them and I can get them much easier. And then it goes on to believe that, and then it goes on to talk about sustainable, you know, like a way forward and a sustainable kind of sneaker culture, and it's about like releasing sneakers that are available to everyone and can be allowed to be digested in people, allowed to be worn, allowed to be tested, allowed to be appreciated by everyone, rather than like, oh, this new sneaker's coming out, it's going to be amazing, you have to queue for 5 hours, you have to win a raffle, and then you have to pay £700. It's just not fun. So that's my little chat about, is buying sneakers fun anymore? I don't know what I'm going to title this video. Probably something hypebeasty and clickbaity. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a different one from me, a bit of a sit down chat. I would love to hear your thoughts and discussions in the comments below. I'm going to be replying to comments. I always read every comment anyway. Thanks to everyone for entering my Broke Boys giveaway. If you've not yet, definitely enter it from last episode. Also the HYPEBEAST article is linked in the description below if you did want to check that out as well. There's loads and loads of interesting comments on there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.